While the genetic diversity among species might give the animals a better chance to combat the climate crisis, but even the toughest of species might have a limit under climate change. As climate change transforms our world, the impact will be felt unequally, with some animals struggling to survive and others finding ways to overcome the resulting challenges. This phenomenon is increasingly described as the winners and losers under climate change. According to a 2022 study published in the journal Science Advances, under an intermediate emission scenario, we stand to lose, on average, across the world, almost 20% of vertebrate biodiversity by the century's end. While under the worst-case warming scenario, that loss rises to almost 30%. So which animals are the winners, and how well will they really fare under increasing temperatures, drought and habitat loss? There is no doubt about the threats to Earth's biodiversity from climate change and habitat destruction. In 2022, the World Wildlife Fund released the Living Planet report, which described a 69% decline in the relative abundance of monitored species since 1970. Meanwhile, 1 million species now face extinction across our planet because of these twin threats. There is now mounting evidence that our planet is experiencing its sixth mass extinction. Climate change contributes to these extinction risks in complex and interconnected ways, some of which are still unknown. It will affect the populations directly by inducing extreme weather events like storms, by driving up temperatures, or reducing rainfall beyond the thresholds a species needs to survive, and by shrinking key habitats on which the animals depend. Or it can have indirect effects that ripple through an ecosystem. For instance, researchers have used several models of our planet, incorporating over 15,000 food webs to represent the connections of many thousand terrestrial vertebrate species, in which they simulated various climate and land use change scenarios in these ecosystems. Their simulations showed that when climate change directly caused the loss of one species, it resulted in a cascading loss of several species that depend on that one species for food, pollination, or other ecosystem services. This domino-like effect, known as co-extinction, will drive the bulk of terrestrial vertebrate species diversity declines under projected climate change. So urgent action is needed to control the climate crisis that will ultimately have an impact on our biodiversity. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.